Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Annamaria, the pharmacist with the suitcase, your best travel and motivational guru who emphasizes travel's power to broaden minds, foster growth and break comfort zones through stories, advices and experiences. Through my contents, I share with you the beauties of the world and I encourage you to pack and leave going seeing and which marvelous planet we live. Watching my videos, you will be inspired for your next trips, learning a lot about geography, history, culture, archaeology, habits, art and underwater hidden gems, as I'm also a certified scuba diver. Through my content, as long as I am a pharmacist, you will indeed have some tips about how to take good care of your health while traveling, especially if you are a solo traveler or if you aspire to become it. But now, let's get into the video's topic. You won't believe this place exists, Blue Lagoon, Malta. The journey around Malta is continuing and today we are going to live a real adventure discovering the natural beauties of this part of the world. I would love to thank a lot of company that made shooting this travel vlog possible. I'm talking about Blue Lagoon Ferry that kindly invited me on board to have the chance of knowing their services and show you the routes they offer to the customers. Jolene and her staff have been truly kind and I'm sure that if you might decide to book a tour with them, you are going to enjoy the experience. Today we are going visiting Comino with Blue Lagoon. Comino is a small island of the Maltese archipelago between the islands of Malta and Gozo in the Mediterranean Sea, measuring 3.5 square kilometers in area. Named after the commune seat, the island has a permanent population of only 2 residents and is southeastern Gozo, from where 1 priest and 1 policeman commute. The island is a bird sanctuary and nature reserve. Ready? Hello. So today we're gonna discover Comino with you. We are on OT1, the boat of Blue Lagoon Company. And today with them we are doing the whole tour of the island Comino. The whole boat is just for us today.
So we're going around Comino Island. We're going to visit Santa Maria Caves first. Then we're going to Santa Maria Bay. There's a lovely walk over there if you want to go for a walk. Then we're going to next to the Comino Hotel. It's very nice because it's very vintage. Then we go to the Blue Lagoon. We go to the Blue Lagoon. We go to Crystal Lagoon Bay. And then we go to see the caves, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
The island has a karst landscape supporting sclerophyllous shrubland. Some limited afforestation with pine trees has been carried out. The sand dunes Santa Maria Bay retain some native vegetation, including videx and tamarisk trees. The island has been identified as an important bird area by BirdLife International because it supports 50 to 80 breeding pairs of Ialcoan shearwaters. Formerly called Efestia, Comino is known to have been inhabited by farmers during Roman times, but for long periods in its history it has been sparsely populated, privately owned or abandoned entirely. Its rugged coastline is delineated by sheer limestone cliffs and dotted with deep caves which were popular with pirates and marauders in the Middle Ages. The caves and coves of Comino were frequently used as staging posts for raids on helpless boats crossing between Malta and Gozo. From 1285 until sometime after 1290, Comino was the home of exiled Jewish prophet and Kabbalist Abraham Abulafia. It was on Comino that he composed the Book of the Sign and his last work, Words of Beauty. Tell me, Yolanda, where are we going now?
We are going to Santa Maria Caves. We have 4 beautiful caves that we are going to show. One we're going inside and we're going to turn around inside it. It's very nice. And the others are very nice as well because we're going inside them as well, alright? So enjoy your tour.
In later years, the Knights of Malta used this island as hunting and recreational grounds. The Knights were firstly protective of the local game, which consisted of wild boar and hares. Upon conviction, poachers were liable to a penalty of 3 years as a galley slave. In the 16th and 17th centuries, Comino served as a place of imprisonment or exile for errant knights. Knights who were convicted of minor crimes were occasionally sentenced to the lonely and dangerous task of manning St. Mary's Tower. During the French occupation of Malta, Comino served as a quarantine and existing buildings served as an isolation hospital. The island served as a temporary prison site before a decision on the accused was taken. On the 6th of March 1889, the British battleship HMS Sultan grounded on an uncharted rock in the Comino Channel, ripping her bottom open. She slowly floated and, in a gale on 14th March 1889, she slipped off the rock and sank. The Italian firm of Baghino & Co. raised her in August 1889 for a fee of £50,000. On the 27th of August, Sultan was brought into Malta. In the 1920s, the island was leased by the British colonial government to the Zamit Kutayar family, which established the Comino Farming Company. Around 162 hectares of land were brought under cultivation, growing various crops and fruit orchards, as well as nails, which were exported to Italy. The island's population peaked at around 80 people in the late 1940s, including a number of migrants from Sicily. The island had no electricity, and the population largely engaged in subsistence farming, as well as fishing and bird hunting. In 1960, the farming company's lease was revoked, and the British government controversially granted a 150-year lease on the island to John Gall, a British property magnate, on a neo-peppercorn rent of £100 per year. The terms of the lease obliged Gall's Comino Development Ltd. to establish a 200-room hotel on Comino by 1963. The lease was later renegotiated to a smaller area, encompassing the current Comino Hotel at St. Nicholas Bay and the bungalows at Santa Maria Bay. Comino has been used as a filming location, including for Troy, The Count of Monte Cristo, and Swept Away.
Hotel on the island in Santa Maria Bay. We have one police station which is right over there in front of us, and behind it there's a church as well. On the island there are living 2 people. There used to be 70 people here, okay? But they died over the years, okay?
discover Comino. Yolanda told us that the buildings behind me were bungalows where people could spend their holidays. It's already 4 years that they are not used anymore, and it seems that the owner wants to push them down to build a bigger hotel on the island. That's the police station. We are on Comino Island, and the one here at my left is the police station. Back in the time, 70 people were used to live here, but nowadays only 2 remained, as all the others died in the years. Plant is almost higher than me. Not almost. We are heading to the church. A chapel dedicated to the Assumption of St. Mary existed in the proximity of the Bay of St. Mary since at least 1296. Indeed, it was this chapel which gave the bay its name and not opposite. A Roman Catholic chapel dedicated to the Holy Family upon its return from Egypt is located above Santa Maria Bay. Built in 1618 and enlarged in 1667 and again in 1716, the chapel was originally dedicated to the Annunciation. It has been deconsecrated and reconsecrated at least once in its history, when Comino was devoid of residents. The earliest record of a chapel on this site dates back to the 12th century and can be seen in a navigational map of the period located in the National Maritime Museum and Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. In the past, and well into the 20th century, wherever the seas were too rough for the Gotizan priests to make the crossing to Comino for the celebration of Holy Mass, the local community would gather on the rocks at a part of the island known as Mra, and gaze across the channel towards the Chapel of Our Lady on the rocks in Gozo, where Mass was being celebrated. They followed along with the progression of the Mass by means of a complex flag code. Okay, it's time to go back on our boat with Blue Lagoon. Also, if I must admit that it's a pity because the perfumes, the smell that are on this island are so good, and I would have loved to spend more time, especially here on the beach, and then also walking around discovering the island. But time to go visiting Comino all around with the boat. And now we go to see the Blue Lagoon.
Lagoon, the famous Blue Lagoon in Comino Island, okay? There is a separate island, this is Cominetto, and this is the Blue Lagoon.
Cominetto is this one.
Yes, Cominetto.
Also here no one leaves, of course.
Sorry?
No one leaves as well.
No, this one though. Look how blue it is here. It's very beautiful.
Between Comino and the adjacent islet of Cominotto lie the transparent cyan waters of the Blue Lagoon. Frequented by large numbers of tourists and tour boats daily, the Blue Lagoon is a picturesque bay with a wide sandy base and rich marine life. It is popular with divers, snorkelers and swimmers. The touristic overexploitation of Comino, and in particular of the Blue Lagoon, became a matter of content in the late 2010s. Despite regulations, at least 7 illegal kiosks have sprung up on the coastline. None of them has a permit from the Malta Tourism Authority, and they are permanently parked on the spot, while they should be left on wheels and removed every day. Operators have also started deploying deck chairs and umbrellas in the Blue Lagoon sandy beach as early as 7 a.m., filling up all public space. Cruise liners bringing hundreds of tourists on the spot are leading to a strong environmental impact, with loud music and trash left on the spot, attracting rats, and creeping privatization on the former natural hotspot, while providing no upkeep of the bay. The one behind me is Cominotto, the smallest island of the archipelago. It is sad, but we have to go back on the boat, which is a beautiful boat, but we are leaving the Blue Lagoon. Look at here how they are well organized. Impressive. And we are back on board.
Yes.
Whoopa! Bye bye, Blue Lagoon! Balloon dinner. Nice little wing. I still have to understand how Yolanda's hair was perfect and mine. If you enjoyed watching this video, at least as much as I enjoyed visiting these places where you can immerse yourself in nature, leave a like and share it with your friends. If you don't want to miss the new videos that shows you the beauties of the world or the important infos linked to the topic of travel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because doing like this you will receive a notification as soon as a new episode will be uploaded. See you in the next vlog. Ciao!